Someone might say, just add this point about Islam and the liberation and the spread of the Islamic faith. How Islam was spread. First of all, you need to understand. Now, either you believe Muhammad is a messenger or not. You need to understand and put your mind that Islam liberated and was operated 100% in the lands where the people want to push the occupier. The Romans, who were very cruel in the Holy Land. Very cruel. Very cruel. I mean, look at those who call themselves Christians. Who killed Jesus? Based on their history. Of course, he was not crucified. But because of the number of crucifixion in the Holy Land, they said the Messiah, himself, the Roman, was crucified in a very horrible time when the Roman were affecting the Holy Land. But at the time of Constantine, we're all going to be Jesus worshippers. Try to be smart to recognize the point I'm trying to say. Iraq was occupied by the demon Persians. The Persians were cruel, very cruel. And additional to that, the North Africa, Roman. Additional to that, the Andalusian, Spain. They didn't want any interference from Europe. Spain, Andalusia, was looked down. The European people used to look down. This is how it is. Now, you want to create a debate on this? I'm going to add this information. They used to look down to the Andalusian Spanish people, those who are called the natives. They used to look down to them. The information here, which I need to focus about, is in Iraq. The people want to get rid of the Persian. Baluchistan, Khwazistan, Kurdistan, the cruel Persian. The people wanted to get rid of the Byzantines and the Roman in Syria. That's why they immediately adopted the Arabic language, and with time they immediately start adopting the religion of Islam, because it's a solution to send a message to these intruders who were very cruel. The Byzantines were racist, sending a message at the time when the Muslim native Arabs with the native Israelis were in the armies liberating at the leadership of Khalifa Umar ibn al-Khattab and Khalid ibn al-Walid. The Byzantines and the Romans used to say that the people native of Syria, remember that we are the rulers. Remember, if you work with these Muslims who come from Arabia, you will pay the price. There was threats like this. So the people of that places immediately start joining the army, start joining the Islamic religion, start changing their accent, even their culture. You need to understand this is demon. If you are an anti-Jew, then you're a demon. Okay? They did not come from Arab. They didn't come from Arabia, and then you will consider Arabia in Japan. No. Arabia was basically the Holy Land is almost there in Arabia. The native Israelis who ran away when the Roman occupier invaded the Holy Land, the best place for them to escape is the Ismailian territory. The best. Religiously, geographically, historically, DNA, culturally, the best to go and hide there with the Ismailian. Not to go with the flashy African, with more, to my respect, not with the Eastern European, with due my respect, or the Russian or the Iranis. They won't. The Ismailian are there. The majority. Those real Israelis accepted Islam immediately. They cannot be part of worshipping Jesus and eating pork and stopping circumcision. Circumcision is cutting part of the dick. And they will be forced to worship paganism, like cross and things. But in Arabia, no, there is other options. You're not forced to worship the Ismailian gods. Rubbish. Harb al-Istirdad, the crusade. The crusade took, in Arabic we call it Harub al-Istirdad, taking the Holy Land backwards. It was never for the Romans to be taken back. What I'm trying to say, Islam liberated those who were occupied and operated perfectly and efficiently in North Africa, Syria and Iraq. That's why the Persians immediately start their own faith. Because they were, the Persians used to say, we used to lead and to rule the Baluches, the Ahwazis. How come we lost our power? So immediately start this 12 Imam faith. The Europeans were not occupied. They were not occupied. So there was resistance to any sort of intruding with army power to Europe. The Muslims, though the Muslim, there is a lot of reason to stop them from marching to Europe, because in Europe you're dealing with the native European, native Roman, Italy, Greece. The resistance will be horrible from the people. From the people, the resistance will be very harming. So they need to sacrifice more. Were not willing to do this sacrifice. But when you talk about North Africa, the leaders of Islam saying they want the Roman out. They want the Roman out. Allahu Akbar, let's go and liberate it. And there is Roman coming to them and talking to them. Come there, yeah. We want the Roman. There is magicians there who are causing trouble to us. Come, let us go and liberate it. In North Arabia, in Iraq, the Baluches land, the Ahwazis, what is called the Ahwazistan, the Kurds, they want to get rid of Persians, destroy this gardener, this governor of the Persian, kill him, finish him, or whatever. If he do not pay, if jizya and accept Islam, if he chooses to fight, they will fight you. And immediately all Kurdistan will accept Islam. So it is not jihad al-nashr, innahu jihad al-daf'. It was not the act of war, jihad of spreading. It was the bushing. Basically, no. Even when it's come to Turkey, the Turkey people had all reason to hate the guts of the Greece since that time, and Italians. That's why Islam immediately found its place. But look at Europe, no. In Europe, no. The chance for you to spread Islam and places that not for the natives who are anti any sort of change is much easier. It's much easier to go and spread Islam in a country that is ruled by non-true natives. And there is a problem between the natives. Like, for example, if there is an army, well, actually, no need for this reason. I was going to give another reason because we'll start giving more explanation to make the scenario more fulfilled, more in fulfillment to the comparison reasons. So you need to understand. You don't come to me and say crusade. If we don't stop Muslims, they come to us. No, you don't come and say God gave the land for the Jews. First of all, you need to understand the divine plan. You need to understand why there was a Messiah, why he's a son of virgin, why there is Muhammad, the end-time messenger, what happened to the Bible, what do you mean by Jews and Christian and Muslims, and the difference between Shiite and Sunnis. I'm not going to go talk about those who call themselves Hindus and those who call themselves Buddhists. That's why in the first century there's the liberation in all part at the time of Umar ibn al-Khattab based on the instruction of Muhammad. Now if you want to say that Muhammad was a great planner even before his death, yeah, why not? But he was a messenger. He was a messenger, so he prophesied this. He said, Rome shall be defeated. And the verses of Quran confirm it. And he explained that Satan found, he's the machine that he, appropriate machine within the Romans. وَجَدَ ضَلَّتَهُ for Rome. And the liberation that will take place in Iraq and Syria. Maybe someone would say Muhammad is very smart, looking at what's happening in the Arabian Peninsula and knowing what's happening there in Iraq in the Holy Land, and saying we just need to create the base. The base here. Once the base here, immediately the sequences is the liberation. Just put it like Moses when he took, God said, bring the blessed child of the blessed servant. They interpret it by the sun. The interpretation of the Bible, bring the sun. It's not the sun. Bring the blessed people of mine to Sinai. So someone might say Moses knew. He wanted the Holy Land because he said the Holy Land will be for us, the center of the world. But he looked at his people, so he needed the base. And he predicted things, and there was a generational messenger anyway. Fine, Moses, peace be upon him, was a very good planner. As-Zaim, Musa alayhi salam. Fine. But he's a messenger. There's a reason. So don't come to me calling yourself Jew or Christian and having a problem with the Rock of Dome, with the house of Yahweh that is built now, Solomon Temple, Masjid al-Aqsa, which is built. I advise you to become an atheist. Yeah. Atheist. Be an atheist, but with good conscience. With good conscience. There is other points that I need to cover. I think I covered in my other channels and my other videos. Stop insulting Muhammad while you got nothing. And if you want to insult Muhammad, there is a difference between an identity of a group of people and the religion of a group of people, okay? They're different. The Ismailian nation, from the sea to the sea, are the Muslim Ahlus Sunnah, Sunni Muslim natives. And if the people of the land, with their lords and leaders, speak their mind, there will be no terror, there will be no problem, there will be no struggle, society struggles, there will be no collapse. But there is interference from the external world, starting from the West, turning to Europe. Thank you.